Everybody is talking about this trend right now. It is called Supermodel. Everybody is talking about it on the internet. Supermodel. Today we're going to be exploring how supermodels eat. And by supermodels, I mean reality TV stars that also are billionaires. And this trend is actually called Supermodel. And this trend is actually called Supermodel snacks. So the funny part about this trend that has been on Instagram and TikTok, whatever, these things are keto, but no one ever mentions that in any of these like videos because maybe like low carb or keto is not in fashion anymore. So we thought we would try 3 of these supposed supermodel meals and decide if we would rather just be fat. The creator of this trend, whether you love her or hate her, Bethany Frankel. And this all started because a couple weeks ago, she walked the Sports Illustrated runway in her 50s and people were like, we need to know what you're eating. And so she said, okay, I'll show you guys what I eat. And honestly, we'll decide if it's worth eating these things. So we picked 3 of the most popular meals, snacks, and we're gonna try them here today. We have a variety of different ingredients to create these masterpieces. Some of these things don't seem like they should go together, but she's eating them anyway. So the first one is turkey wrap LFG. This is basically just a bunch of stuff that she found in her refrigerator. The funny part about this is it has millions of views. I need to start making this type of content. So she just basically takes everything out of her refrigerator and puts it onto a seaweed wrap. So we're gonna get started doing that first. We do have 3 that we're gonna try, and we're gonna try them all at the end to make it simpler. So let's get started making our turkey wrap LFG, which is, let's go. Let's freaking go. Sorry. The first criticism I have about this is that she doesn't use mayo. We have a seaweed wrap. I'm gonna put it down. Next up, we're gonna put some lettuce. Next up, instead of mayo, she uses this avocado guacamole. She just kind of spreads it on there.
Make it nice.
I am making it nice.
How's the overhead cam working?
Fine.
We're trying to up our production, people.
Yeah. She puts hot sauce, and all we have is this truff hot sauce. I don't know if truffle actually goes with this flavor, but all the other ones that Sarah had, all the other hot sauces that Sarah owns are expired by years. So I'm just gonna drizzle a touch on. Next up, she puts everything bagel seasoning and everything. It must be a supermodel type of thing. I have not opened that yet, so. Great. I feel like she has a lot. Next up, we have some roasted red pepper, which I feel is probably the only thing I agree with out of this whole thing.
Did she put that in there?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And then
turkey.
She puts a decent amount.
We have so many meals to eat. Right. But I'm
only gonna put 2. And then we're back to Weirdo World because she puts pickles on it.
What's wrong with that? Pickles on sandwiches.
It's kind of weird. I'm already noticing a theme. We'll talk about it later. I don't know how to close this. I've never made.
Did she look at the video?
She kind of crosses it over like this.
Oh, like a hand roll. Great.
I'm gonna make another one of these, and we're gonna move on to our second supermodel snack. The next supermodel snack that we're gonna try is called the Supermodel Sandwich, which is a tomato sandwich with turkey on it. And it also has cottage cheese. I'm surprised it took us this long to have cottage cheese in the recipe. We're second recipe in. But cottage cheese, everybody is still raving about it. I thought that that was a trend that was gonna die in 2024. Middle of 2025, here we are. So the first step is to get some big-ish tomatoes. These are supposedly heirloom.
No, they're not.
But they're from Amazon, so who knows. We're going to cut them to create a sandwich thickness. And we're gonna put them on a paper towel and a little bit of salt, and we're gonna let these drain. I mean, there have been many phases through the last, I don't know, since diet culture was invented, where people were eating weird things, like the cabbage soup diet. People would even think that the Atkins diet or keto, they still think it's a trend.
25 years later.
Right. I remember I used to tell people that I was on keto after I lost weight. Sarah and I have been on keto off and on for 20 years, so I would lose like 40, 50 pounds, and then people would ask me what I did, and I would say, oh, I did a ketogenic diet or Atkins, and they would be like, oh, well, that doesn't count.
That's yeah.
And now I feel like the same thing is happening with like GLP-1. Like you say that you've taken it, you still have to eat less on GLP-1, but like it discredits you
from losing weight
in a way that other people deem
acceptable.
Right. And so now, I guess because of GLP-1, people think that keto is more acceptable. It kind of like pushes the line. So, whatever.
I also like to do this when I'm making sandwiches with like low carb tortilla or any type of tomato actually, or using tomatoes in recipes. I like to drain off the extra liquid.
We're gonna make our sauce. To some people, it would be mayo. Not here. It's cream cheese, not cream cheese. It's cottage cheese. So she basically takes a couple of scoops of cottage cheese and puts it in a bowl. And into that, she adds another random thing out of her refrigerator. Dijon mustard. A little grape pun.
Maybe shake it before you put it in there. See, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Be careful. I remember the commercial from what, the 90s?
I only remember it as far as Wayne's World making fun of it.
Yeah.
All right, a squirt. I don't know. Here we go. A squirt of Poupon. You know what's funny? We actually did this recipe a long time ago, but we blended it.
Really?
You don't remember?
Kind of.
We blended cottage cheese with mustard and ate it as a dip. And then we never talked about it again, so. All right, that's our sauce.
Really? No pepper or salt?
No.
Okay.
I'm already telling you, I see a trend in all this. The trend is
Simplicity.
shove it down in the gullet.
Oh yeah, I agree.
That's what I'm seeing here. It's
Get
like
it
whatever
in.
I have in my fridge, I'm gonna eat it and not overthink it. The shove it down the gullet diet.
Take keto stuff and eat it.
Right.
Don't think
too much about it. Like trying to make every meal the most glorious meal in the history of meals. It's more so like I have tomato in my fridge. I have cottage cheese and mustard. Everything bagel seasoning. It's the only seasoning I own. And so that's what I'm going to put on here.
I think that there is some truth to it. Just simplifying things, making it simple.
Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Crafted by
It's
me.
a very thick tomato.
Well, someone has said that they think that our personalities have gotten quite darker over the last year. And
Really?
I would say no. Maybe we're just being more free to be us, because this is kind of our humor. Even when Sarah...
Well, we're sarcastic.
Right. When Sarah and I are like mad at each other, you haven't seen that yet.
We don't talk to each other when we're mad at each
Yeah,
other. What are you talking
exactly.
about? It's a
This
silent fight.
This is nothing. This is us just bickering. Did I put salt on this? Whatever. Here we go. Supermodel snack number 2. It's a sandwich. And the last Supermodel snack that we're going to be trying today is a dessert. It's called a Supermodel sweet snack. You're going to be needing rice cakes. These are the Kim's Deli Pop rice cakes. They are kind of low carb / keto if you only eat one. There's like 3 or 4 in one of these. So we still buy them from time to time because they're cool to have on hand. It is made with wheat, brown rice, and barley. So if you guys are, gluten-free, then it's not for you. But basically, she toasts this. And I have never heard of that before. Okay.
So we did that.
We toasted them in the oven for 5 minutes at 450 degrees. And they smell kind of burnt. The other thing is that she uses a chocolate one, and we don't have that. So I'm just gonna make these into chocolate ones by dusting them in cocoa powder. I can play this game too, Bethany. She's the founder of Skinny Girl Food.
Right.
Who sold it for $1 billion. No one's gonna be buying my food conglomerate. Technically keto foods. And so, guess what? More cottage cheese. We're gonna take some cottage cheese into a bowl. And into that, we're gonna put a very large amount of cinnamon. It looks like about a tablespoon. She doesn't measure anything, of course. She's a very polarizing character, but I will say that
I think she's entertaining.
she's entertaining. And she put some kind of sweetener in. We're gonna put stevia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever. 15 drops of stevia. Nothing like chunks of cheese with cinnamon and sweetener. Who said supermodels can't have fun too, right? Oh, I forgot. She puts a very small amount of chocolate chips on top. We're gonna be using the Lily's chocolate chips. You can use Chalk Zero. She puts a very, very supermodel-esque amount of chocolate chips. Like she counts them out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there a point? Is it even worth it at this point? I don't know. Here it is. Dessert. Supermodel dessert. We're gonna go downstairs and we're gonna try all 3. You ever had seaweed before? I've had sushi, but never in this quantity. This is a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Oh, it's like floppy. Cool.
I've never had it in a wrap. I think this is an interesting play on like a lettuce wrap. So
Why not just use lettuce? I've had worse.
I think that if you're not used to seaweed, it can be a little bit overpowering of flavor.
Mm-hmm.
So you could make this with like a lettuce wrap or a romaine or something else that's a little bit like iceberg.
Cabbage?
Yeah, why not? That's my only thought here is like the flavors are all good. The seaweed is like an acquired taste.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very like in the foreground.
Right. It's like right when you chew, you get the seaweed.
Right. So it's like a very prominent flavor. So if you're not into seaweed, I probably would just like replace it with something else. But yeah.
Keto Twins
Rating
rating out of 5. 3.
I agree. 3.
3 because you're gonna definitely lose weight if you eat this. It's good. It's better than I thought. It has more flavor than I thought. The seaweed is slightly off-putting. I'm just not used to eating it. I think I could get into it. You have
a lot of flavor.
Right. It's almost like a lot of random flavors.
Yeah, it's probably whatever she had in her refrigerator.
Right.
Which is
red pepper, guac.
Sometimes I think we overthink and think that meals need to be like amazing every time.
Right.
And a lot of these are really tasty flavors, and sometimes you just look in your refrigerator and be like, I can eat that.
Exactly.
And be done with it. So this one I feel like might be hard to eat. I don't know why. I just know it is going to be hard because it's a really thick tomato.
Sometimes
life is hard.
Right. Supermodel snack 2. This is a snack attack. No, that's the other one.
Very juicy.
Yeah. Good. Okay.
Fresh flavors, probably perfect for summertime. In the summer, do you really feel like cooking all that much? Like turning on the oven and stuff like that? So I can see why people would like this. You know, tomatoes are just not in season yet, so we have like this pale tomato. I can see like a nice heirloom tomato would be nice here.
Also, I think open face would just be easier to eat. Like, you can hold it easier too.
I think that's part of like the whole, like people don't like, they think a sandwich is like two things, right? Like 2 pieces surrounded with stuff in the middle.
Wow.
So like,
What a thought.
you're welcome. I'm here all day.
Okay, so as far as a keto meal goes, it's clean, just like the other one. Do I think that someone that is not keto would want to eat this? Probably not. This is for somebody who's already dieting because they eat stuff like this anyway. But do I think that, you know, me in 2019 would think that this was good? No. But that's true with a lot of keto food. It's not indulgent. I mean, you're not going to feel guilty at all when you eat this. I mean,
it's simple.
So yeah, it's simple. It's supermodel food.
To me, supermodel is equating to simple and throwing it down the gullet.
Right.
Like you said earlier, so.
You care more about your diet than you do about making everything like the most delectable meal that you've ever tried, right? Keto Twins rating is a 2 out of 5.
Gosh, you're really rating it low. What are you rating on the taste or the like durability or the practicality of it or?
I just said 2 out of 5. This is like the first thing that came to my mind is a 2.
I think I would give it a 3.5.
Okay.
Because I think that the flavors are all there. The cottage cheese adds a little bit more protein to it. And yeah, the basil was a nice touch.
It's trying to be mayo, but it's not mayo.
Yeah, well, nothing's going to be mayo to you.
Time for dessert.
This one makes me not want to eat it.
You know what's funny? I'm not a dessert person typically, but this makes me into a really not a dessert person.
Well, after eating all of these other things.
Like, I would rather, my first instinct is that I like the seaweed thing more.
I think it would be more appetizing if it didn't have the curds. It would be smooth, and it would kind of look like a cannoli or something.
Yeah. Actually, it tastes pretty good.
Yeah.
I think I was too harsh on it. It tastes good.
Yeah. It reminds me of something on the first bite. I don't know.
Okay. This is actually pretty good. It does taste like kind of like a cannoli.
Yeah. It's better than what I expected it to taste like.
Right.
I don't know what I expected it to taste like, but the crunchiness of the rice cake, and then you have the creaminess of the cottage cheese, and then the cinnamon in there, the sweetness of the stevia. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Now, you can't eat many of these, remember. There are 3 grams of net carbs per one of these, so I feel bad for being mean about it. Like, it's good. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5.
3.5. Because
No half points anymore. So.
Really? The 3 then. You could probably do this with Greek yogurt. It would be high protein and make more sense to me, logically. Because the curd thing, I don't know if I can get over it.
Do you feel thinner?
No, I feel very full right now, actually, after eating all these. But I could see how people would want to eat like this, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a little simpler.
It's fresh.
We made all these in like, what, 20 minutes? I don't know.
If you're looking not to use your oven and you want to lose weight, you know, cut down the calories, eat something like fresh tasting and light, then try some of these recipes. And there's a lot of other supermodel snacks in, you know, on TikTok and on Instagram. It's a trend and we try trends, you know, and it's just fun to try these things. We don't take them too seriously.
Yeah.
If you're new here, you should know that we don't take much seriously here. So We just try to have fun on this channel. So love her or hate her, Bethany Frankel. She knows what she's doing on social media.
Gotta give her that.
Gotta give her that. If you guys see any other trends or anything that you want us to try, let us know in the comment section below. We would love to hear it. Maybe there's another type of trend that we're missing out on.
Yeah.
Don't forget to sign up for our weekly Keto Twins newsletter. We're probably at newsletter number 20 right about now.
And over 6,000 of you guys have subscribed. So
Thank you. It's free. And YouTube seems to think that you're going to like this video here, so why don't you click on it and we will see you over there. Anyway, I'm Emily.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are the Keto Twins signing out. Snooper.